Hello and welcome to the world of NDE 4.0. My name is Johannes Vrana and today is a great day. Today, I'm finally able to share an announcement with you. Now, I wanted to talk to you about this already a couple of months ago. But due to the new reality, we had to change our plans. Now, a couple of weeks ago, with the first video I did in this YouTube channel, which was called Welcome to the World of NDE 4.0, and I will leave a link to that video right here. We talked about that NDE 4.0 is actually a world of collaboration. And now I have the honor to chair the first international conference on NDE 4.0. So this is definitely the next step into the world of collaboration. This first international conference on NDE 4.0 will be organized by the German Society for Non-Destructive Testing, and it is co-sponsored by the ICNDT, the International Committee on Non-Destructive Testing, and the Technical University of Munich. Now, originally we planned this conference for summer of 2021. Therefore, with the new reality, we decided, okay, let's move it to April 2022. And because I think that this topic is really urgent, that we need to come together and talk about those topics. And with COVID, it actually is getting even more urgent that we come together and speak about it. We added a virtual pre-conference. So therefore, we will have a first conference in April 2021. This one is virtually. We will have 4 days of invited presentations. Each day, we have 2 hours of presentations, 1 keynote, and several of those invited presentations. And we will have a panel discussion, 1 hour of panel discussion every day. This will be the authors or the presenters of all those presentations of the day, and you will have the opportunity to ask them whatever you like. Now, to accommodate all the different time zones we have around the globe, we are actually planning to have those presentations 2 times on 2 different time slots. Now it's up to you to suggest whom should we invite. Whom do you want to hear? Both for the presentations and for the keynotes. And for the keynotes, perhaps it's good that we also invite somebody from outside of the NDE, so that somebody from the outside can take a view, okay, what should be NDE 4.0? Or what should we be working on? What could help us? Now, a year later, in April 2022, hopefully, we will finally have the chance to meet all of us and to come together for a conference. It will be a 3-day conference in Munich, just like the WCNDT back in 2016. We will have multiple parallel sessions, we will have keynotes, we will have multiple panel discussions, and we will finally have the opportunity for those really important personal discussions. You will have the opportunity to meet actually all the experts on NDE 4.0 in real life. And the call for papers for this in-person conference is already open. And if you go to conference.nde40.com, you will find it. Now, finally, selected papers of that conference will actually be put into a special issue of the Journal of NDE, a special issue on NDE 4.0. Now, it will not only be this conference for those 3 days, which will be Tuesday through Thursday, but we'll also add, most likely on Monday, a course on NDE 4.0 to give you some first details, and we'll also add on Friday an excursion to an industrial partner. An industrial partner who has his NDE or his Industry 4.0 center right here in Munich. So now, what actually are those conferences about? Both the in-person and the virtual conference. And if you think back a couple of weeks ago, I did a video on what is NDE 4.0. And I will put a link to that video right here. Now, that video will already give you kind of some ideas on what this conference will be about. And if you look onto the webpage, you will also find a list of topics for this conference. Now, please don't restrict yourself to this list of topics. Those are just ideas I want to present to you. And if you have different ideas on what is NDE 4.0 and what should we be discussing or talking about, then please submit your papers. This is, as I said, for me, this is all a world of collaboration, and therefore we have to get together. We have to get all our presentations together, and therefore we have also to collect all our ideas. Now, topics we put on the web page, and the topics you will find here, the ideas for you which you could present on. I group them in 3 different blocks. The first one is, I call them Industry 4.0 for NDE. So using the emerging technologies of Industry 4.0 for the use of NDE, something like artificial intelligence, big or smart data processing, cloud computing, AR, 5G, and you could also think about quantum computing. And for sure, it also includes something like enhanced robotics or also revision-safe data formats and storage. And then we have a second block, and this is using NDE data to enhance Industry 4.0. And we can do this by actually enabling NDE to access the industrial Internet of Things, by enabling data security and data sovereignty, by establishing semantic interoperability, so that finally, within a predictive or prescriptive analysis, within lifing or probabilistic analysis, within trending or feedback loops, NDE data can be used. And this will finally change NDE from being non-value added, as some refer it to being one of the most valuable tools actually for Industry 4.0. For Industry 4.0 to enhance the design, the production, and the maintenance. Now there's a third block I like to add to this, and that's human considerations. If we talk about human considerations, everybody thinks about the human factors. That's one of the big topics of this block. But it's also about, okay, what's the purpose and the value proposition of NDE 4.0? What could be NDE 4.0 business models? Management and leadership 4.0, digital transformation. How will training and certification change with NDE 4.0? How will standards change with NDE 4.0? And so on and so on. So you see, this list is already quite big, but for me, NDE 4.0, it's the 4th revolution of NDE. And the revolution just doesn't have one topic. It's a variety. This is really about us talking about the future of NDE. Now, I guess all of you know, if you do a conference, you cannot do it alone. And there is a great team which supports me in doing this conference. And most importantly, it's Steffi Dehlau. Steffi Dehlau, she is the conference organizer of the German Society of Non-Destructive Testing, and she is doing all the work in the background, her and her team. So Steffi, thanks a lot already for all the support you're giving to this, to the success of this great conference. Then we have Professor Dr. Anton Erhard. Tony is the president of the German Society for Non-Destructive Testing. He's a member of the board of directors of the European Federation of Non-Destructive Testing. And in ICNDT, he is the co-chair of the Working Group 3 for research. And a special interest group for NDE 4.0, which I have the honor of leading, that one is actually within the Working Group 3. So, Tony, thanks a lot for all your support on this road to NDE 4.0. Without you, this wouldn't have been possible. Same actually goes for everybody on this list, but it could be that I repeat myself a few more times. Especially coming to David. David Gilbert, he is the CEO of the BINDT. He is board of directors, member of the European Federation. He is the general secretary for the ICNDT. And he helped us so much for putting up this NDE 4.0 SIG firsthand. The same as Mike Foley. He isn't here on one of the committees, but Mike, thanks a lot to you too. And David helps us so much with organizing this conference, with getting all the national societies included, the regional groups included. David, it wouldn't be possible without you. Same goes for Christian Grosse. Christian Grosse, he is a professor at the Technical University of Munich, and he is the chair for non-destructive testing. And what's special about this chair is it's not only industrial, it's also civil engineering. So he brings in both groups, industry and civil engineering, because NDE 4.0 is not just for industry, it's the same for building technology. And if we are talking about this industrial Internet of Things, we should also be talking about a building Internet of Things. Finally, Matthias Purschke. Matthias Purschke, I guess all of you remember him from his excellent job he was doing back then on the WCNDT. Matthias, he is executive director of the German Society of Non-Destructive Testing, and he is running the Certification Executive Committee of the EFNDT. And same goes as for everybody else. Matthias, thanks a lot for all your support for making this conference possible. And finally, we have here Rippy Singh and Bernd Valeske. Rippy, he is running the ASNT Committee on NDE 4.0. And Bernd Valeske, he is running the DGZFP Committee on NDE 4.0. Bernd, he is Deputy Director also of the Fraunhofer Institute for Non-Destructive Testing. And Rippy, you all know him as being an inspiring coach and running his company Inspiring Next. And then we have all of those specialists, those NDE 4.0 specialists we have in the scientific committee. So thanks to all of them for bringing in all of their expertise to this great conference. And if you see those names, I guess you get the same feeling as I. This conference will be a success. So now it's time for you to join into the world of collaboration, to join into the world of NDE 4.0 by submitting your abstract on NDE 4.0, by suggesting presenters and keynote presenters for the virtual conference. Thank you for watching this announcement for the first international conference on NDE 4.0. If you have any comments, if you have any questions, please feel free to write them down here in the comment section. Pretty soon, I will have more details about this great conference for you. Perhaps with some names of some keynote speakers. And perhaps I can even get some of the persons to actually join me here in this channel, and we will do a joint announcement. As usual, I will put more information in the description, like the link to the conference. I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe to this channel. I hope I will see you soon. I hope you give me a thumbs up. So thank you for watching. See you soon. Thank you and bye.